Hi everyone, and welcome to Manatee Springs here at the Cincinnati Zoo. My name is Cassie, and I am here to talk about these beautiful creatures on display behind me, known as the Burmese pythons. Burmese pythons are found in Southeast Asia and are an invasive species here in the United States in Florida. Today I'm going to talk about this species' background and their impact here in the United States. Now here at the Cincinnati Zoo, we have two different Burmese pythons. The first Burmese python is named Nagini. She is a female, is about 15 feet long, and weighs over 100 pounds. And then our second Burmese python is named Leaf. He is a male, he is about 9 feet long, and he weighs about 15 pounds. Now to tell these two pythons apart while they're in the enclosure, Nagini has a wild type pattern, which means her spots are much larger. And Leaf has a genetic phenotype known as granite, which makes his spots smaller, and he has speckleding all over his scales. Now we've had Nagini for about 16 years here at the Cincinnati Zoo, and we've had Leaf for about 3 years. Keepers don't know their exact ages, but we estimated that Nagini should be about 21 years old, and Leaf should be about 6 years old. Now for some fun facts about these Burmese pythons, they're actually one of the top 5 largest snakes on Earth. They are semi-aquatic, which means they have to live near a water source, and they are actually great tree climbers. Most of their early life is spent in a tree. They use a concertina locomotion, which is where they get into an S-shaped form around a tree, and their scales grip onto the bark of the tree so they can slither around the tree. Burmese pythons are also non-venomous, and they are solitary animals until they need to mate. Burmese pythons can also live 20 to 30 years in the wild, and they live about 40 to 50 in human care. The largest Burmese python was about 26 feet long and weighed over 200 pounds. Now for the Burmese python diet, they are carnivorous. Here at the Cincinnati Zoo, we feed them frozen rodents, and we give them chicken for enrichment. Now, the wild diet for a Burmese python is a little different than this. It's a little more diverse. They eat rabbits, raccoons, birds, deer, bobcats, and even alligators. They can eat as large as a leopard in the wild. Now, here in the United States, we've had record and seen the Burmese pythons in Florida for about the last 40 years. And as of 2013, there was an estimated amount of Burmese pythons from 30,000 to 150,000 in the Everglades. Now I know what you're thinking. How in the world did this Burmese python get from Southeast Asia all the way to Florida in the United States? Well, between 1996 and 2006, about 100,000 pythons were imported into the United States for the exotic pet trade. For their colors and their spots, they were so appealing to pet owners that they just had to have these Burmese pythons. Now, unfortunately, these Burmese pythons do grow very rapidly, and it became very unsafe for these owners to keep them in their long lives. So owners started releasing them out of the kindness of their hearts, which escalated the amount of Burmese pythons we have now in the Everglades. These Burmese pythons in the Everglades are causing a cascade of events in the ecosystem down there. Burmese pythons are causing the prey populations to decline and get into endangering levels to the point where rabbits, raccoons, and other prey such as deer are getting added to the endangered list. Now, the predators down in Florida are also having an impact from them. They're also decreasing in population due to not being able to survive and find prey that they can feed on, since all the Burmese pythons are eating it all. Now, how to help and keep cascades from this happening again, we ask that you take care and you actually make your research on what pets that you're going to have in your home so you can give them the long-lived life that you want to give them. You could also better the wildlife around here, the native wildlife. You could build a pollinator garden in your backyard to help the insects around here. You could also build an owl little house, and you can put it up in a tree just for the owls to come, and they can eat all the rodents and pests to keep them out of your house, actually. So I will be here to answer any more questions you guys have about the Burmese pythons, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day here at the Cincinnati Zoo.